2025 is shaping up to be the ultimate cinematic year, and it's not just about those blockbuster hits either. Everyone is making a comeback, and Hollywood is buzzing with the return of some of our favorite stars. But here's the real question: who's about to steal the spotlight? Which celebrities shocked us with their epic returns, and what really went down during their time away? Stick around as we dive into the most jaw-dropping celebrity comebacks you didn't see coming in 2025, and trust me, you will not want to miss this. Starting off with Julia Roberts. Fans rejoice and reporters tremble with fear because the woman with the $1 million smile is back to Hollywood. That's right, Julia Roberts is back, and she's bringing the drama in more ways than one. America's original sweetheart is strutting back into the spotlight in 2025 with After the Hunt, a thriller so juicy even Erin Brockovich would blush. But let's rewind, shall we? For those who don't know, Julia ruled the 90s and early 2000s with hits like Pretty Woman and My Best Friend's Wedding. She was the queen of rom-coms and first actress to snag $20 million paychecks. Oh, and she nabbed an Oscar for Erin Brockovich. Then after all of this, suddenly poof, she disappeared like a ghost in a Chanel gown. Why? Well, apparently, Hollywood couldn't get its act together with scripts that met her standards. Julia said no thank you to mediocre material and yes to raising her kids. Priorities, darling. But now the queen's back and her throne awaits. Directed by Luca Guadagnino from the award-winning Call Me By Your Name, After the Hunt sees Julia playing a college professor tangled in a web of academic scandals and dark secrets. With Andrew Garfield and Ayo Edebiri by her side, this film is already causing whispers of Oscars. And as the red carpet says hello to an old face, all we can say is who's ready to watch her slay again. And following that, we have a curveball no one saw coming. Armie Hammer is back, and the tea is scalding. You see, after years in exile following a scandal that would make any PR agent clutch for their perils, Hammer is creeping back to the scene, armed with a new role in the vigilante thriller, The Dark Knight. And no, it's not that Dark Knight. This time, he plays Sanders, a social media savvy crime fighter who's basically Batman's TikTok-obsessed cousin. But before we get into that, let's rewind a bit and talk about what happened to Armie. At a point, Armie was the golden boy of Hollywood, with hits like Social Network and Call Me By Your Name. But by 2021, his career went full soap opera when shocking allegations surfaced involving disturbing fantasies and misconduct that included claims of cannibalism. And although he denied it all, the damage was done, and Armie got dropped faster than the whole TikTok ban story. Booted from projects, dropped by his agency, and ghosted by Hollywood, he retreated to the Cayman Islands where, rumor has it, he was selling timeshares. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. However, fast forward to 2025 and Armie's knocking on Hollywood's door again, with The Dark Knight as his redemption arc. Hugh Bull, known for his polarizing flicks, is helming this one, and let's just say the industry is cautiously curious. Can Armie turn the tide and reclaim his place in the limelight? Or will his comeback fizzle out like yesterday's trending hashtag? Only time will tell. And while we wait for time to tell, our next actress is a gift that keeps on giving, quite literally. It has been 4 years since we last saw the Queen of Hollywood take on a role, but it seems the wait is over as Angelina Jolie is making a return to Hollywood in 2025 with the film Stitches. Set during the high-energy Paris Fashion Week, this French drama directed by Alice Winokur will feature Jolie as one of 3 women whose lives intertwine amidst the chaotic backdrop of the fashion world. The film is set to be bilingual in both French and English, and while the release date remains a mystery, production has already started, back in November of 2024. Now for those living under a rock, Jolie, whose career spans decades, initially rose to fame with roles like 1999's Girl, Interrupted, which earned her an Academy Award, and the 2001 Lara Croft Tomb Raider series. Following this, her impressive versatility led her to diverse projects, from action films like 2005's Mr. and Mrs. Smith and 2008's Wanted, to dramatic masterpieces like 2008's Changeling and 2007's A Mighty Heart. So what happened to this ever-shining star? Well, it was her decision to step away from Hollywood after the turmoil of her 2016 divorce from Brad Pitt. which was driven by a need for privacy, particularly for her 6 children. After all, it got so bad, Jolie has stated that she lost the freedom to live and travel in her own terms. Now, just because she wasn't giving us blockbusters doesn't mean she stopped giving because the break allowed her to focus on her humanitarian work and her directing career, with notable projects like 2017's First They Killed My Father and 2024's Without Blood, which premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival. Thankfully, after a long time away from the screen, the award-winning actress is back, and her upcoming Stitches film marks a significant moment in her career, as it blends her acting skills with her experience as a director and her passion for high-stakes dramatic storytelling. At the moment, fans are eager to see how this seasoned actress will bring her multifaceted talents to the world of high fashion. And if it's anything like what she's given us in the past, 2025 is about to be a year to remember. And speaking of year to remember, Cameron Diaz is back 11 years after Annie with a movie that, get this, is titled Back to Action. We love it. Pulling a massive curveball, Cameron Diaz has made an exciting return to Hollywood this year, marking her first ever acting project in over a decade with the Netflix film Back in Action. This action comedy film, directed by Seth Gordon, reunites Diaz with longtime friend Jamie Foxx as they portray a married couple and former CIA spies who return to the world of espionage to protect their family after their covert identities are exposed. In one sentence, this movie is a banger. But why did she return? Well, Diaz's return was motivated by her strong desire to collaborate again with Fox. From the interview, she seemed to have had a wonderful time as she expressed gratitude for the opportunity to re-engage with her passion for acting. Before her hiatus, Diaz was a dominant figure in Hollywood, starring in iconic roles such as Mary Jensen in 1998's There's Something About Mary, for which she earned a Golden Globe nomination, Christina in 1998's Any Given Sunday, and voicing Princess Fiona in the Shrek franchise. She also showcased her action comedy talents as Natalie Cook in 2000's Charlie's Angels and its sequel. However, after starring in the 2014 remake of Annie, Diaz announced her retirement from acting in 2018 to focus on family and personal projects, including her clean wine brand, Avalon. Her decision to step away was largely motivated by her need to reclaim her life from the pressures of fame and prioritize her family. And during her break, she enjoyed a quieter, more private life, raising her children and nurturing personal adventures. However, things have changed, as in Back in Action, she returns to a family spy drama balancing thrilling espionage with relatable parenting dilemmas, including managing their children's exposure to the social media-driven world. Though Back in Action received mixed reviews with praise for the cast's chemistry and some critiques on the screenplay, Diaz's fans have celebrated her return. The film also features a strong ensemble cast, including Glenn Close as Emily's estranged mother, Kyle Chandler as a former CIA friend, and Andrew Scott as a complicated MI6 agent. Fans are hopeful that this movie marks just the beginning of Diaz's next chapter in Hollywood, as she continues to embrace her passion for acting and family life. The last time George Clooney was on the big screen, the award-winning actor played the role of a scientist trying to save humanity after a global catastrophe in 2020's movie A Midnight Sky. Fast forward 4 years later and gorgeous George is back again, and this time in the highly anticipated film Jay Kelly, directed by Noah Baumbach. This movie marks Clooney's first major on-screen role since he had a 4-year break from acting. Playing to his strengths, the film is a coming-of-age comedy drama about adults, featuring a star-studded cast including everyone's favorite Adam Sandler, Laura Dern, Billy Crudup, and Riley Coe. Jay Kelly is expected to be a heartfelt and humorous story, basically the kind of story anyone would expect from Baumbach. Now, for the man with the golden smile himself, it goes without saying that his career has been a series of commercial and critical successes. The heartthrob first gained widespread recognition for his role as Dr. Doug Ross on the 1994 to 1999 hit series ER, before establishing himself in films such as Ocean's 11, Syriana, and The Descendants, winning numerous accolades including Academy Awards and Golden Globes. However, the star of global recognition in 2016, Clooney took a break from acting, explaining that he wanted more control over his projects, and he was also concerned about aging in Hollywood. Following this, He's shifted his focus to directing and producing, working on films like Suburbicon and, of course, The Midnight Sky. During this time, he expressed that the break was a deliberate choice, allowing him the space to explore his creative interests behind the camera. As with anything Clooney touches, J. Kelly, which is set to be released on Netflix, has generated considerable buzz due to Clooney's involvement and the impressive ensemble cast. The film takes place in New York City, London, Tuscany, and let's just say the whole world is seated for this comeback. Sound the trumpets and lay down the red carpets for everyone's girl next door. She's back. That's right, Sandra Bullock is officially returning to Hollywood in Practical Magic 2, and the excitement is brewing faster than a witch's potion. The queen of charm and comedy, who made us fall in love with her in classics like Speed and Miss Congeniality, is making a comeback. But why did she initially leave? Well, Sandra didn't just vanish, she chose to bow out gracefully. After decades of hits and an Oscar, she hit pause to focus on family and self-care. She said, "Bye Hollywood, I'm burnt out," and opted for mommy mode with her kiddos, Luis and Lila. And honestly, who could blame her? A legend needs her beauty rest. But 2025 is a year that keeps on giving, and it also happens to be Sandra's year, as reports say she's reprising her role as Sally Owens in Practical Magic 2, alongside Nicole Kidman, Stockard Channing, and Diane Wiest. The sequel promises more curses, more spells, and more witchy sisterhood, diving into Alice Hoffman's The Book of Magic. With Avica Goldsman back on the script, it's like the original cast is brewing magic all over again. So mark your calendars, witches. This comeback isn't just a movie, it's going to be a historical moment. Dust off your mobster trench coats because Robert De Niro is stepping back into the spotlight in 2025, and he's doing it in true gangster style. That's right, De Niro is headlining Alto Nights, a Barry Levinson-directed mob drama that's already giving us the Godfather vibes, and trust us, the buzz is deafening. Now let's spill the tea, shall we? Regardless of what it looks like, De Niro has not exactly vanished, but let's call it what it is. The legend has drifted. Sure, he's been dabbling in the side hustles with fancy restaurants and billion-dollar Wildflower Studios, but, well, fans have been whispering, where's the fire? After all, the man defined cinema with Taxi Driver, Goodfellas, and Raging Bull. And sure, he did give us some movies, with his recent roles being more Meet the Parents and Mean Streets, but we can all agree we missed the grit. And it seems the Hollywood gods have heard our prayers and sent us Alto Nights. Playing double roles as mob bosses Vito Genovese and Frank Costello, this right here is De Niro in his element. The drama, the betrayal, and a failed assassination attempt. Sign us up! The film boasts an all-star cast starring Deborah Messing, Cosmo Jarvis, and Catherine Narducci, and it is set to premiere in March of 2025. And honestly, I can't wait for the king of the silver screen to make not just a comeback, but a resurgence. Hey Barbie fans, she's back. Margot Robbie is stepping back into Hollywood spotlights, and guys, it's looking fabulous. After sending tongues wagging with her self-imposed hiatus post-Barbie success, Margot is making a grand return with A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey. Yes, the queen of versatile performances is back, and she's bringing all the star power to this romantic fantasy alongside Colin Farrell. So mark your calendars, May 9th, 2025 is the day we've all been waiting for. But before that, let's rewind the tape, shall we? Margot burst into the scene in 2013's The Wolf of Wall Street, stealing the show, and Leo spotlight as Naomi. She went on to wow us in I, Tanya, earning an Oscar nod and becoming the chaotic yet lovable Harley Quinn we didn't know we needed. But after her streak of everything she touches turning into gold, Margot hit pause. Why? Well, because she thought we were sick of her. Sounds weird, but that was her reasoning. In an interview with Deadline in January 2024, the actor and producer discussed Barbie's box office success while admitting it may be too soon for her to feature in another film, considering that her face has been plastered on billboards throughout the world for the several previous months. She said, "Everyone's like, are you having a break?" And I'm like, "You do know I'm a producer, right? We don't get a break," she said. "I also think everybody's probably sick of the sight of me for now. I should probably disappear from screens for a while." But let's be real. The world's been missing Margot's on-screen magic, and now she's stepping back into the limelight as Sarah in a big, bold, beautiful journey. Romantic twists, fantasy vibes, a killer cast. This film is shaping up to be her triumphant comeback, and we are all here for every second of it. And there you have it, folks. Celebrity comebacks you did not see coming in 2025. From Julia Roberts returning to her thriller scene, Armie Hammer's comeback after his scandal, to Angelina Jolie's high-fashion drama, and Cameron Diaz's action-packed return. These stars are back, and they're bringing the heat. But the real question is, whose comeback are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this roundup, don't forget to like and subscribe for more hot updates from the world of glitz and glamour. Until next time, stay fabulous, keep shining, and remember, it's never too late for a comeback. Thank you for watching.